Hello and welcome to HCS Connects. I'm Kelly Gorel with Hampton City Schools. We have an exciting show ahead of us today as we have Jasmin Royal, who is the new principal of Aberdeen Elementary School, joining us. So welcome to HCS Connects.
Thank you.
So Jasmin, new principal, well, not technically new for this school year, but you started July 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
I grew up in Hampton. I went to Hampton City Schools up until my freshman year of high school, and then my family moved to Newport News, so I graduated from Minchville. After graduating, went ahead and got into college, and I started out at North Carolina A&T,
Okay.
and then came back home and did some time at what is now Virginia Peninsula Community College, and then transferred to ODU. I've always worked with kids, even in high school. I worked in daycare centers or summer camps, so that's always been a passion of mine. And so it was just natural for me to go into the school system. So I started in Hampton City Schools in 2008 as an instructional assistant, and then worked my way up to a job coach for Hampton High School with the special education students. And then
So you went from a job coach, so you went from an instructional assistant to a job coach.
Yes.
Then did you go into the classroom as a teacher?
No, not yet. Between then, I was a family engagement specialist.
Okay.
So I had an opportunity to get a strong foundation with working in the school, but also with community members and partners.
That is a strong foundation to be a family engagement specialist.
Yes, and so I learned so many tools of communicating with families, kind of diffusing situations. So that really gave me a strong toolkit to move into the classroom. I started teaching in 2017 at Bassett, and so I stayed at Bassett for 2 years, and then I went to Cooper. I taught 3rd grade and 4th grade, and got to teach during the pandemic, so that was fun.
I was going to say, that's a learning experience all in it. So you were a first-year teacher during the pandemic?
Oh, no, just a virtual teacher. Like, got to learn all the tools, all the technology to keep the kids engaged during a super tough time, but ultimately, we made it through, and the next year after that, I moved into administration. So that was interesting, kind of coming into this role our first year back full time, and transitioning from wearing the mask and the shields to being able to see faces. It was a great learning experience.
And that was an assistant principal?
Yes.
And you were at Mary Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
I was there for 3 years.
What a cool story, though. I mean, if you think about it, you went from an instructional assistant and all the different positions that now have gotten you to the building principal. So, I mean, you went from, that person in the classroom that's assisting with students to now overseeing all that instruction and that teaching and learning going on in your building. So that's just, when did you realize you wanted to go into education? I know you said that you've always worked with kids, but when did you realize, like, I was a teacher originally, and I used to play school. I'm that stereotypical, story of you played school with your dolls and then you dressed up your younger siblings, and I did that. So what about you?
I have to say, when I really realized I had a passion for education, I used to teach Sunday school, like prepare the lessons for the kids, and I really enjoyed kind of gathering the materials and researching. I initially actually wanted to own my own daycare center, so I wanted to be a business owner and be able to serve children that way, so it didn't really go. That plan didn't really pan out, but it's kind of amazing, like thinking back to when I had my little logo and everything and wanted to kind of be in charge of all the kids and the teachers and everything, to now it's kind of
You're in charge of all the kids and the teachers now, right? So let's talk about being an assistant principal at Jackson and that experience. What did you learn from that experience, do you think, that's helping you now as a brand new principal?
I was really blessed to start my first year with Miss Mason. It was her first year as well, so we got to kind of learn together. But she always pulled me to the table and, just made so many learning experiences from the things that we dealt with. I learned the importance of documenting and just being able, again, to diffuse situations with families, with teachers. So that was just a great experience. And then when she transitioned to Andrews, Mr. Williams came, and it was his first year. So same thing, he pulled me to the table and all the things that he was learning, trainings and workshops, and made sure that I was right there alongside him so that I could know all the ways that the school runs. So I feel like I had a really unique opportunity to have really good hands-on learning to prepare me for this role.
And I think that our administrators do that very well in Hampton City Schools. Our executive principals, our principals, they're growing leaders because our assistant principals, many of them do then become a principal. So they're growing those leaders and giving those shadowing opportunities or mentorship opportunities. So it sounds like you had a really great run with Miss Mason and then with Mr. Williams.
Absolutely.
So now you have your own building. You were at Aberdeen. You came in July 1. You kind of got to where it was a little bit quieter.
Right.
Then the new to Hampton City School teachers returned, and then the veteran teachers returned, and then the students, ready or not, they came the end of August. So what have you learned from your experience so far?
I learn something new every day. Literally every day is a learning experience, and I'm so blessed to have such a strong staff there that has been able to support me in this transition. My assistant principal, Miss Reynolds, is amazing. She is my partner in crime. She's right there with me, helping
So you're mentoring
me.
a little bit too now, huh?
I'm trying to, but it's just amazing how she's helped me to transition. Mary Jackson is a choice school and is not Title I. Aberdeen is a Title I school, so there's just little differences that I've just had to learn, and she's just been amazing helping me to learn those things. I have amazing Title I support staff that's right there at the table when we're making decisions, from the master schedule to checking lesson plans to making just everyday, daily decisions. So I just feel very blessed with the team that I have.
And, I've already said, you came in July 1, you had that quiet time, but now you're in full swing. We're coming into October, we've been into almost pretty much a month of school. What have you been the most pleasantly surprised about as a new principal?
So I know change is hard for anyone, and I know that Dr. Suggs had been there for several years, and I know that I had big shoes to fill, and I've just been really surprised at how receptive the staff, parents, and students have been. They've been so welcoming, they've been patient with me as I learn, and I'm just really excited about the atmosphere in the building.
Well, and that is absolutely true. It's no different than whenever I came over to Hampton City Schools 7 years ago. It's a different leadership style. It's a different person. They've built relationships. So I can see where I know I had some angst and worry, what was that going to look like? So you're pleasantly surprised at how quickly everybody's just warm and welcoming. But that also shows the climate and the culture of the school. And we always really, that's one of our strategic goals is climate and culture and our climate coaches. So the kids, tell me about your favorite part of the day with the kids.
My favorite part of the day is standing in the morning and welcoming them in and getting the hugs and the good mornings. Sometimes there's some sleepy faces because we're early school, but we just greet each other, and I'm trying to learn as many names as I can and then reintroduce myself because they still say, "What's your name again?" So just building those relationships, learning those little things about them to let them know that I'm wanting to get to know them, so the next time I see them, I can ask them about that stuffed animal or that brother or sister that they came in with, to let them know that I really care about them as a person.
Well, and that is extremely important, that relationship building. So I love how you said welcoming them every day. You're building those relationships. How many kids are at Aberdeen?
So our
approximately
last count, I think we're at approximately 450.
You're going to memorize all 450 names?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. It might take me throughout the year, but every time I meet a student, I try to learn their name. make sure they know mine, and then try to learn one thing about them to help me remember.
All right, so you've been there for about a month with the kids.
Yes.
I'm gonna come visit maybe February timeframe, see how far along you are.
Okay. I hope to be.
test.
I hope to be almost there.
You start making flashcards and practicing. No, just kidding. So anything fun that's coming up in the next month or so for Aberdeen?
I'm really excited. J&A Racing has sponsored about 40 of our students.
That's awesome.
To participate in the Crawl and Crab Marathon. That's next week. There's actually a kids run that's a half marathon. So they have came in, they've measured all the students' feet. They'll be getting their shoes next week and coming in and make sure they fit well. They paid for their registration, they get t-shirts, and so the kids are really excited, and it was an opportunity for us to celebrate those students who have been doing the right thing and also motivate those students who have had a harder time but have made some really good growth. So we're really excited to be able to run that.
Are you running with them?
I am going to attempt to run.
It's a fun run. It's what, 1 mile?
Yes.
1 mile.
Yeah.
A walk.
Right.
You can
maybe
walk.
a brisk walk, but yeah, I'm really excited to be able to do that with them. As a staff, we're going to try to get some t-shirts made and really just celebrate our students coming across the finish line.
And it's not just even like coming out and paying for their race registration. They're giving them all free shoes.
Yes.
That's amazing. So that's one thing that's coming up, and that's the weekend of October 4th. Is that right?
Yes, it's coming up.
Anything else coming up?
We actually have our trunk or treat. We're doing a math and reading trunk or treat.
Oh, fun.
And so families will be able to come out and get some grade level specific materials to help their students at home with math and reading skills. And then we'll end it with a trunk or treat. We have community partners coming. Our students are going to be dressing as their favorite book characters.
Oh, I love that.
And our staff's getting involved and decorating trunks, and they're all excited. We're going to have a competition for the best trunk. So
are you dressing up as a book character?
yes, I am.
Is it a secret? Or
it is a secret.
Oh, okay.
I'm not ready to disclose yet. I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
So we'll make sure we keep that quiet, but you've got to take pictures and send it to us afterwards, and then we can plaster that everywhere.
Yes.
So as we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to share?
I'm just really excited about the school year. One of my goals this year, our goals as a staff, is to just make sure Aberdeen is out in a positive light. So we're really excited to be able to welcome our community in. We have such a strong community support system. So bringing those partners in, having them at the table, and feeling like they are a part of our school.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. I know it's hard to get out of the school to do things like this, so we appreciate it, and we won't keep you much longer so you can get back to your staff and your students. But it's been great to learn about you, and also just hearing things about Aberdeen and the fun events that are coming up and just all the successes. It's really great. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on HCS Connects. Remember, it's easy to stay connected.